Hello, this is Lauren Delsack speaking, and if you're new to my channel, I am a professional astrologer. Now in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Draconic Synastry, or synastry between two people, and why we resonate with certain people. Now this doesn't have to always be a romantic connection. This can be somebody who inspires our life, such as maybe a musician, an author, a spiritual master, a mentor, whatever it might be. There's many connections between two people. So in this example, I'm going to be using my life, my chart, my natal chart, and I'm going to be using the chart of somebody who has been a huge inspiration in my life. Now this person is Carlos Santana, the phenomenal musician that he is. And we're going to be looking at the synastry between our natal charts and his draconic chart with my natal chart. Now, one thing I just should say is that I was introduced to Carlos Santana when I was 15 years old, and from that moment forward until now, I call him the musical love of my life. His music has been a huge inspiration on me, and I'll get into that through the synastry. Now, you'll see when we look at the two natal charts together, we both have the ascendant in the sign of Taurus. We both have Aquarius on the midheaven, so both charts with fixed signs on the angles. But what's interesting is that his north node is conjunct my natal ascendant. Now, when we have someone's north node in aspect with one of our angles, the ascendant or the midheaven, conjunct, square, or opposed, it suggests that the relationship tie can go very, very deep. So that's what I feel, certainly on my end. Also, what's very interesting to me is that his Uranus is conjunct my moon. Now, Uranus, when we have contacts with Uranus, with our personal planets, that person, that Uranus person, excites us, turns us on, brings in an intensity, an electrifying energy, a magnetism. So certainly I can say that his music absolutely does that to me. As a matter of fact, when I listen to his music, it resonates on such a deep level that I feel like my whole body is vibrating on a high resonance. And in interviews, it's very interesting. He knows that there's certain ways that he plays the guitar. He feels very blessed to be an instrument of the divine, in that in ways that he plays music, he knows it resonates on a very high frequency for people. So it certainly does that to me. And interestingly enough, his natal moon is in Leo, exactly conjunct my Uranus. Now, of course, I've never met him, so I don't know if I electrify him the way he electrifies me, but point being, we get the Uranus-Moon hookup both ways. Now, when we look at how the draconic chart of an individual affects us natally, we could almost say like this soul, or the higher self of Carlos Santana, for example, has a huge impact maybe on me as an individual. And it's not just on a musical level, it's also on a spiritual level. But at any rate, I just love the synastry between these two charts. His draconic sun now comes in the sign of Taurus, conjunct my ascendant. And so whenever we have contacts, whenever somebody's planets are coming in on the horizontal angle on our ascendant or descendant, it often feels like a sense of belonging to each other. Okay, again, I'm not talking about a romantic contact here, so, but you can apply that however you're looking at synastry between two people. So it's very, very powerful. having someone's natal or having somebody's planets come in on your ascendant or descendant. Also, what's interesting I find is that his draconic moon is conjunct my draconic moon, my natal moon. So his draconic moon is in Gemini, 26 degrees, my natal moon, 23 Gemini. So, of course, there's a compatibility when we have our sun or a moon in the same sign as another person. Also, his draconic ascendant comes in practically conjunct my natal Venus. So his draconic ascendant at 21 Pisces, my natal Venus at 24 Pisces. And the importance of that is that my natal Venus is the ruler of my horoscope. It rules my ascendant. And this is where I kind of feel that there are a sense of a spiritual connection in a way. Pisces is certainly related to the everything that's intangible, the spiritual realms, this kind of thing. Also, with music, oftentimes there's connections between Neptune and Venus in the chart of somebody who's very musical. So here we can bring in, for example, the ruler of Pisces is Neptune, and it's coming in conjunct my Venus. So I kind of look at that as the musical inspiration, spiritual musical connection there. Also, his draconic Neptune comes in exactly opposed my midheaven and my sun. So again, on the angles of the horoscope, we get his draconic sun on my horizontal axis, his draconic Neptune at 7 Leo, exactly opposed my sun at 7 Aquarius. And I resonate very highly with his spiritual morals. He has a very interesting, let's say, life experience with spirituality. There's a great story about him when he played at Woodstock. He had almost a spiritual awakening on stage where his guitar turned into a cobra, a snake, and he was flipping out that he didn't know how to control the guitar because it was like, a wild snake. That's another story that you can listen to him talk about. I won't get into the details there. But anyways, he has been on a strong spiritual path, and when he talks about spirituality, it resonates with me. Now, another thing that's very interesting about his music, for me personally, is that throughout my life, whenever I've been down, something tells me immediately, turn on Carlos Santana's music. And I tell you, it's amazing how he can take me from the lows of lows to like the blissful highs of highs. So there's definitely a strong resonance for me with him. And I feel like through the his draconic and my natal, I can see from my own perspective how much importance and resonance it has for me. So I think when you're looking at two different charts of how somebody has come into this lifetime to impact you, to inspire you, whatever it might be for you, always look at the contacts between the angles of the chart. That's real important. Also contacts with your sun or your moon as well. And perhaps as well how the outer planets of that individual are aspecting your personal planets. So it just all depends on whether we're talking about a romantic relationship. Obviously, this is not the case. I'm just talking about somebody who has inspired my life in a huge, huge way and had a huge impact on me. And I love music, and he's just been a great inspiration in my life. So that's just an example of Draconic Sinistry, how you can use it between two individuals and see what are the deeper connections for you. Okay? So, hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you can use this to look at synastry between yourself and other people in your life. and I'll leave it at that. So I did put links below in the description. You just click on that down arrow just below the video to the right of the video title. If you'd like to listen to some great Carlos music, I put a few links in there for some of the videos that I really enjoy. So enjoy Carlos. I know he'll inspire you and lift you up if you love his music. All right, be well. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye now.